Howdy, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jason.
Welcome to the 360 tour of the gardens at Texas A&M. Throughout our tour, feel free to swipe right or swipe left to look around.
Come on with us and explore.
Howdy, welcome to the Leach Teaching Gardens, Phase 1 of the gardens at Texas A&M, which opened June of 2018. The Leach Teaching Gardens is a free, open-gate garden that encompasses 7 acres and includes 21 separate garden vignettes. The gardens are built on a residential scale, so members of the community can come and get ideas for their own backyards. We use municipal water and the soil that was on site at the beginning of construction. As you walk in the main gates behind you, you can see the German and Czech Heritage Garden to my right, the Food and Fiber Field and the White Creek Bridge behind me, and the Earthkind Garden to my left, which showcases sustainable landscaping practices.
And here at the entrance to the garden, you'll see the Wildlife and Fishery Science building behind us. And surrounding us, you'll see the floral border. This border is planted 4 times a year with plants of seasonal colors. These borders will be home to over 10,000 plants each and every year. Beyond that, you'll see the event lawn, a reservable space where you can have community and family events to celebrate and enjoy one another's company. And farther, you'll see the edge of our bioswale. This acts as a natural filter, controlling the flow of water and filtering it before it reaches the garden and the White Creek beyond.
Welcome to our rain garden and outdoor classroom. Now, rain gardens are another form of rainwater harvesting showcased here at the gardens. Rain gardens are simply a depression in the landscape that allows water to sit and slowly drain into the soil. The plants we have here in our rain garden don't mind sitting in water for a few hours. Now, one hidden gem of our rain garden is the spirit of Aggieland written on the rocks in our runnel. Now, if you look behind me, you can see our outdoor classroom, which is actually one of our rentable spaces here at the gardens. If you look over to my right, you can see one of our wildflower areas, which has native species here to the Brazos County. From that vantage point, you can also see our Food and Fiber Fields and the pavilion. And if you look over to my left, you can see our Earthkind Garden. Behind me is the Food and Fiber Field, which is maintained by the Department of Soil and Crop Sciences. Right now, we have corn and cotton growing, but our crops change with the season. One of the exciting things about our Food and Fiber Field is our working center pivot. Our center pivot irrigation system is 55 feet long, but they can get up to a half-mile long in commercial production. Our center pivot can actually be controlled with a mobile app. If you look over to my left, you'll see our fruit orchard. And if you follow the country road down to my right, it'll lead to the pecan bottom, which showcases multiple grafted varieties of pecans. If you look behind you, you'll see our maroon and white garden, which showcases the color palette of Texas A&M school colors. Fun fact, College Station is in the Post Oak Savannah ecoregion. And here at the gardens, we boast Brazos County's oldest post oak at 200 years old, which you can see at my left. Now behind me is the overlook. At the overlook, you can view our White Creek Restoration Project that helps slow flash flooding in the event of heavy rains. Now over to my right is our bird garden. Everything in the bird garden either provides food or shelter for our 50 migrant species and 50 resident species of birds. Now behind the bird garden is Phase 2, which is currently in development. Welcome to the kitchen garden. Now, kitchen gardens have had many different definitions throughout the years, but usually include herbs, vegetables, and cut flowers that can be used in the home. Now, if you look over here, you can see our working water pump. So you can actually bring your little ones to the gardens and fill up our provided watering cans and water all the different beds, flowers, and areas throughout the garden, including our raised accessible bed. Now, if you look over to my right, you can see our gourd tunnel. Now, eventually this is going to be covered in gourds, and we can actually walk underneath the tunnel to harvest the produce. If you keep going around to my right, you can see our in-ground vegetable garden. Now, the produce here is going to change with the season, and everything we collect, we actually donate to the Brazos Valley Food Bank. Now, if you continue going around, you can see one of our rainwater harvesting systems. So rain is actually going to collect on the structure you see, go through some gutters and into our rainwater collection system.
And here at the center we get an overview of what the Gardens of Texas A&M have to offer. If you look behind me, you'll see the pavilion built in German style, a reservable area where you can celebrate with family and friends. If you look to my right, you'll see the citrus grove, and beyond that, the beginning of phase 2 as we continue to expand the mission of the gardens and Texas A&M University. Moving forward, in front of the bird and bee garden, you'll see the Superstar Gardens. These serve as an example of all of the superstar plants that Texas A&M AgriLife has certified. These plants stand ready for whatever Texas has to throw at them, whether that be drought, rain, pests, and diseases. They will grow where you need them to. And if you look farther around, you'll see around us examples of Texas A&M AgriLife's mission, whether that be research, extension, or education. Here in the herb garden, to the homestead garden beyond that, to the food and fiber fields, and even the outdoor classroom. And as we move into this area, if you look behind me, you'll see the butterfly gardens, one of 2 areas used to attract pollinators native to the state of Texas. The butterfly garden, we use plants like the milkweed to attract monarchs and other flowers like the azaleas to attract other butterflies. As we move forward, you'll see the vineyards of Texas A&M, where we taking up the center of the garden, where we'll find grapes, red, white, black. If you'll notice at the end of each of the rows, a rose plant. These plants act as a canary in the coal mine of sorts to let the gardeners know if a disease is spreading to the vineyards, allowing them to act quickly. If you turn to the fountain, you'll see the beautiful Mexican Heritage Garden. This serves as a place for family and friends, reservable for weddings and events, to celebrate with each other, celebrate the culture and the history of Texas. In the far back corner, you'll see a Montezuma cypress coming from a 14-year-old tree in Mexico. And then if we look forward, we'll see the rose bed serving as the centerpiece at the entrance of the gardens at Texas A&M. This rose bed is filled with many different roses, but our pride and joy is the Belinda's Dream, made by a professor of mathematics here at Texas A&M in 1992, serving as the first rose that was earth kind and superstar ready in Texas.